cocktail. Let's drink it.
Lunges are another effective lower body exercise. Lunges help develop your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quadriceps. The secondary muscles involve are the calf muscles. For breathing part, you breathe in when you lunge. You breathe out when you come up. Hands on your side or on your wrist to maintain balance. Now, with one leg to the left or right, whichever is convenient to you, take a step forward, then both your knees at approximately 90 degrees. When you lunge, the thigh is parallel to the floor. The other leg must be stretched back. Common mistakes we often see with the lunge is the knee. Knee goes too far over the ankle. Sit up help develop your rectus abdominis, internal and external obliques, transverse abdominis, and hip flexors. As you exhale, crunch the head and shoulders off the mat. Inhaling as you lower back down, going slowly, one vertebra at a time. First, lie down on your back with your knees bent and the soles of your feet length hip distance on the floor. You should feel your lower back flat against the mat, bending at your elbows, and bring both hands to your shoulder. Common mistakes in sit-up is allowing your feet to come off the ground during your crunch.
My name is Nur Azmina Aimi Binti Zamri, and now I am going to perform one arm dumbbell row exercise. During this exercise, stand next to a flat bench and bend forward. Keep the knees slightly bent. Place the arm closest to the bench on your seat. Keep the other arm straight, the weight hanging just above the floor. Slowly bend the elbow of the arm with the weight, pulling that weight up so it is closer to the chest. The weight is then slowly returned to the starting position until it is just above the floor. The back remains straight during this move by engaging the core during the lift. Going slow adds more stress, forcing the muscles to fully engage in order to retain control. For the breathing technique, when you're first in your ready position, do inhale. Then, when your arm started to roll the dumbbell, you will need to exhale and repeat the same thing to the end of the exercise. Primary muscle group work when doing dumbbell rows is the upper back. This includes latissimus dorsi, posterior deltoid, rhomboid, and also trapezius. Dumbbell row also helps build muscle in the upper arm that makes it good for strengthening both the bicep and triceps. It even increases strength in the core. Common mistakes that usually happen when doing dumbbell row exercise is overextended neck. This sometimes will lead to tilted lower back and make the core unengaged. If this happens, it makes you can't reach your goal to the specific muscles group.
So today I'm going to talk about bicep curl. Bicep curls are a group of weight training exercise in which a person bends their arms toward their body and elbow in order to make their biceps stronger. Some muscle involved in this exercise is bicep brachii, brachialis and brachioradialis. In order to do this exercise, you need to inhale as you let the dumbbell down and exhale as you pull the dumbbell up. So to do this exercise, begin with standing tall with your feet about hip width apart. Keep your abdominal muscle engaged and hold one dumbbell in each hand. Let your arms relax down at the sides of your body with palms facing forward. Keep your upper arm stable and shoulder relaxed. Bend at the elbow and lift the weight so that the dumbbell approach your shoulder. For a full range of motion, raise the dumbbell to your eyes or forehead level. Your elbow should stay tucked in close to your body and lower the waist to the starting point. Some common mistakes that people do during this exercise is going too fast. You need to concentrate on proper form rather than rapid execution. Lift the weights with a smooth motion, taking as much time to lower the weight as you do to lift it. Secondly, a proper elbow position. The position of your elbow should remain close to the side of your body, and only the lower arm should move until the top end of the movement when your elbow will rise so that you can complete the full range of motion. And lastly, using momentum. Don't recruit the shoulders or torso to swing the weights up when doing the dumbbell curl. This can feel like a swinging, twisting, or heavy movement. Do not allow your hips to hinge or your lower body to assist the movement in any way. Try to keep your elbows at your side until they come up at the top of the movement to complete the full range of motion.
Seated calf rise. This exercise is a variation of the machine calf rise and exercise used to isolate the muscles of the calf. The target muscle is gastrocnemius and soleus. Breathing technique. You have to inhale as you slowly lower your heels and exhale when you raise your heels. First one, while sitting on the machine, place your toes on the lower position of the platform. Use the toe positioning of your choice. Second, place your lower thighs under the level pad and adjust it according to the height of your thighs. And place your hands on top of the level pad to prevent it from slipping. Then, lift the lever slightly by pushing your heels up and release the safety bar. This is your starting position. Fourth, do this by bending at the ankles until the calves are fully stretched. Fifth, rise the heels by extending the ankles as high as possible as you contract the calf. And lastly, repeat for the recommended amount of repetitions. Common mistake. The most common mistake is bouncing, which typically comes from lifting too much weight. Instead of moving the weight slowly from start to finish, trainers use exercise momentum to lift it and then allow it to drop, creating a bouncing appearance. You don't have to bounce it too fast because it can help you to get injury.
We will moving to tricep pushdown. First, I would like to talk about how to do a tricep pushdown and breathing technique while a tricep pushdown. First, as you prepare for this move, face the tricep pushdown cable machine and grabs the horizontal cable bar or rope attachment. It is depending on the machine or your gym has, with an overhand grip. You just need to adjust the bar or rope grips to about your chest level. Next, use the pin and place adjustment and set a low weight to start. Different variation of the machine may include other weighting mechanism. Start by bracing your abdominals. Tuck your elbow in at your side and position your feet slightly apart. Next, inhale while push down until your elbow are fully extended but not yet in the straight lock position. Keep your elbow close to your body and bend your knees slightly on the push down. Resist bending forward. Try to keep your back as straight as possible. You push down. Muscle that involved in this tricep pushdown is the tricep brachii muscle. Is located at the rear of upper arm and has three components: the long, lateral, and medial heads. We will moving to common mistake while doing tricep pushdown. While tricep pushdown are very effective, it is essential to ensure you are doing them correctly to prevent injury and get the most benefit from the exercise. Here are some common mistakes people make and how to make sure you avoid them. The first mistake is your elbows flare out. Don't allow your elbow to flare upward on the downward push. This negates the work on your tricep and place unwanted stress on your shoulders. Make sure your elbows stay close to your side during the entire movement. Next is, you are not using both sides equally. Check in to ensure you push down smoothly and even with both arms. If this is difficult, you might have some strength imbalance between your two sides. Do some one-arm tricep pushdown on your weaker side to help equalize your abilities on both sides. Last, you are using your back too much. You don't want to bend over at the back and on the shoulder to force the weight down. That being said, to ensure your triceps are getting fully worked, it can be helpful to lean forward slightly and allow your knees to bend slightly as you push down. This position ensures you are engaging all the muscle components equally.
This is side lateral rise. This exercise is one of the best shoulder exercises for those looking to build their shoulders. It's also a very simple movement. The target muscle is anterior deltoid and lateral deltoid. For the breathing technique, you have to breathe in as you lift and breathe out as you lower your dumbbells. First one is you have to stand tall, a dumbbell in each hand, arms at your sides, palm facing in. Position your feet roughly hip distance apart. Then raise your arms simultaneously just a couple inches out to each side. Third, lift the dumbbells up and out to each side, keeping your arm almost completely straight and your body is forming a T shape. Fourth, lower the weight slowly. Take about twice as long to lower the weight as you took to lift them, bringing your arms back to your sides. And lastly, repeat and aim for 10 to 12 repetitions with perfect form. Common mistake. The side lateral rise is an easy exercise to master, but because it involves free weight, there's almost always room for error. Check your form and avoid using dumbbells that are too heavy. This almost always leads to error in performance. When you use too much weight, you are more likely to perform the exercise with poor form or unwanted momentum that could open you up to potential injuries.
Okay, next we will move to push-up. I will talk about breathing technique and how to do a push-up. First, to do a push-up, you are going to get on the floor on all fours, positioning your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Don't lock out the elbow, keep them slightly bent. Extend your leg back so you are balanced on your hand and toes, your feet hip width apart. Next, once in this position, here is how we'll do a push-up. Contract your abs and tighten your core by pulling your belly button toward your spine. Next is inhale as you slowly bend your elbow and lower yourself to the floor until your elbow are at a 90-degree angle. Next is exhale while contracting your chest muscle and pushing back up through your hands, returning to the start position. Keep a tight core throughout the entire push-up. Also, keep your body in a straight line from head to toe without sagging in the middle or arcing your back. Next is I will talk about muscle involved. Muscle involved in this push-up is chest, shoulder, tricep, back, abs and even the legs. And last but not least is a common mistake while doing a push-up. It is easy to start making error with push-up if you are fatiguing or if you haven't built enough core strength. Look for this issue and switch to an easier variation if you cannot maintain the best form.
And the last exercise is leg pull down. Leg pull down is a strength training exercise designed to develop the latissimus dorsi muscle. It performs the function of downward rotation and depression of the scapula combined with adduction and extension of the shoulder joint. Some muscles involved in this exercise is latissimus dorsi, which is the largest part in the back, as well as your biceps, rear delts, rhomboids and traps. In order to do this exercise, you need to exhale as you pull the bar down and inhale when you return to the starting position. To start the exercise, you need to grab the bar with a wide grip with an overhand, knuckle up grip. Other positions and grips are possible, but start with this standard position. Pull the bar down until it's approximately level with the chin. Exhale on the downward motion, while shifting slightly backward is okay. Aim to keep your upper torso stationary. Keep your feet flat on the floor and engage your abs as you pull. The bottom of the motion should be where your elbow can't move downward anymore without moving backward. Be sure to stop at the point and do not go lower. Squeeze the shoulder blades together while maintaining square shoulders from the bottom position with the bar close to your chin. Slowly return the bar to the starting position while controlling its gradual ascent. Don't let it crash into the weight pads. Some common mistakes that people do during this exercise is using too much weight. When you're using too much weight, you cannot maintain a proper form and you won't get most of the exercise. Secondly, lift your butt while pulling the bar down. You need to remain in a static position to get a full range of motion. And lastly, using the momentum. Using a momentum can make the exercise less efficient.